Why do I use HD-360 engine oil and Formula Plus transmission and primary lubricant in my Harley Davidson? Answers will be revealed.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So this video is all about the use of these two particular products in my motorcycle. Now, as you know, I ride a Harley Davidson and it's a Sport Glide, Softail Sport Glide with the M8 engine. It's always had in it HD-360 and Formula Plus for the transmission and the primary. So a few months ago I got a hold of a bit of a bargain really with the 360, and then I thought, well, I've putting this in, I might as well just put the same in again. There was no other reason for it rather than that. Now, after the last series of videos which we've been doing about the simple service items, I've been getting lots of emails saying, why are you putting this back in your bike? Why don't you go to a Sin 3? Why don't you go to another make of oil? And there's no reason for it. In fact, I repeatedly say that possibly on the next service that I probably will change the oil and the lubricant that I use in the transmission and the primary. It's not that I'm brand loyal or anything like that. It's purely because this is what I had lying around. This was what was easier to get for me at the time, and also, to be honest with you, it's never let me down. There hasn't really been an issue up until recently. One of the things that you might have noticed when watching my videos, that I'm always trying to answer little questions or trying to work out what's going on with the bike, and hopefully that'll help you guys out as well. So repeatedly I kind of hear little engine noises or little pings, and I kind of narrow it down to different elements on the bike or different components. But a lot of the time I try and work out if there's a difference in operating temperature and if whether that is causing a noise or not. Now, a lot of the time that you'll get a rough running engine or rough sounding engine and transmission and primary, of course, and it's down to the oil, the grade of the oil and what its best operating temperature is. So this is what I really notice about these particular products. They're fine in the summer months, let's say, in cooler temperatures or warmer temperatures, but when it gets really hot, I'm not so sure about them as well, about the viscosity. But also in the colder temperatures as well, I don't think they're that effective. In fact, I think they're a little bit too viscous, they're a bit too thick. And I think that's what is causing some of the noises, some of the rattles and the rasping sound which I get when the engine is colder, let's say within the first few miles, or certainly in operating really cold temperatures, let's say during the winter. Now, I don't know this for sure, it's just an impression, it's a gut feeling which I'm having. So I thought I'd try this again anyway, because I had another bottle lying around. This was easier for me to get because the dealership's literally just down the road. But I've noticed it exactly the same. As soon as the temperatures have started to cool down here in the UK, and we're getting down to freezing and sub-zero as well, and certainly the temperatures which I'm riding in, I've noticed this noise, this rasping sound coming again. And it seems to be that it's more like an oil quality issue or grade issue rather than anything else. So this is a 20W50. I mean, the Sin 3 is supposed to have better operating latitude or temperature latitude as well. There are other oils out there as well. But I say the only reason I've used this is purely because it's what it's always had, and it hasn't had any detrimental effect to the bike, apart from this issue which I've noticed. The other thing I will say this about the service manual and the, let's say, the owner's manual in terms of changing your oil every 5,000 miles or whatever. I'm not so sure whether that's such a good idea anymore either. This might cost you more money, but I'm kind of looking at doing mine every 2,500 miles or every 3,000 miles. And this is purely down to the quality of the oil that came out of the engine after 5,000 miles and out of the transmission and primary after 5,000 miles. I just thought that there's quite a lot of sludge on the magnetic plugs on both the transmission, primary, and also in the engine. The oil seems to have got quite gunked up a little bit as well, which is to be expected because they are operating oils. I'm just wondering whether to up the frequency of my oil changes as a whole. As I say, 2,500, possibly that's a little bit too much, I would say. But, you know, if you're only doing, let's say, 5,000 or 6,000 miles a year, then you probably get away with it, and you're riding it all the way through the winter as well. I would say do an autumn change and a spring change. Put more of a winter weight oil for the winter and more of a summer weight oil for the summer, as it were. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, but I'm possibly just looking at buying oil in bulk and just using more of it. So overall, it shouldn't be a big difference in price for me. But anyway, listen, that's food for thought. That's a discussion for another day. But so I just wanted to address these particular products. I think they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. Lots of people will have their preference. I'm sure you guys do too. It's purely because I had these lying around. That's why I use them. Under normal operating conditions, they're absolutely fine. When the bike has warmed up, I've said they're absolutely fine as well. I think I will increase the frequency of my oil changes, but I think definitely next time I'll be going for something else, whether it's Syn3 or whether it's another brand of oil, you know, and what we've got available here in the UK as well. That's another thing as well. So that's, I say, that's going to be another discussion or another thought process for me. But anyway, I thought I'd let you know, because again, lots of emails on this. You know, what do I think other people should be using? And I thought, well, I can't really give you that information. That's really a personal choice. All I can say is what I've been using and why I've been using it. Anyway, I hope that answers a few questions and opens up the discussion as well. But let us know in the comments below what you think of these two products, or different oils operating in different temperatures, and also increasing the frequency of your oil changes from, let's say, 5,000 to maybe 4,000, 3,000, 2,500, whatever. Anyway, I'll leave that to you. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. And I'll catch you again. Ta-da!